il y a le matin léger et Robert Grenier chaud. Let's begin. What does that say?
Commençons. Le spectacle commence.
Describe this.
Describe it in
Words.
Alors, cette boîte, on a, avec Robert Grenier, nous avons produit il y a 11 ans une boîte,
Chocolat.
une boîte à chocolat,
Box.
box, boîte de chocolat qui n'est pas remplie de chocolat,
Okay.
mais de phrases.
Box in French.
Boîte.
Une boîte.
Une boîte, c'est donc remplie de phrases, publiées en bilingue, mais pas en face à face, en recto verso.
Front, back.
Donc voilà, on peut s'amuser de se rendre compte que la traduction de la page de titre est en fait un colophon et des copyrights. Donc, moi, ça me...
Okay.
Et voilà.
So. More on the bottle.
Crétin la bouteille.
Français.
Très français.
If he's gone, she's the one.
S'il est parti, c'est la bonne.
It's you.
C'est toi.
No, absolutely not. Not applicable.
Non, absolument pas. Pas applicable.
I love the shapes of things.
J'aime les formes des choses.
Beautiful tomatoes this morning or mornings. Sorry.
Belle tomate ce matin des matins.
Let's do that again. Beautiful tomatoes this morning or mornings.
Belle tomate ce matin des matins.
B. I think I hear thunder. A. I do. I did. This is better in French.
B. Je pense que j'entends le tonnerre. A. J'entends, j'ai entendu.
I think the thunder is in the entendre. What is entendre? That's not the same word.
It's here.
Here. Oh wow. Entendre. So you hear the thunder in the entendre?
Yes.
Autumn. Frogs for the first time since autumn.
Automne. Grenouille pour la première fois depuis l'automne. Grenouille pour la première fois depuis l'automne.
Who are you talking on the telephone to?
À qui tu parles au téléphone, à qui?
Who are you talking on the telephone to?
À qui tu parles au téléphone, à qui?
To clear nights without rain.
Aux nuits claires sans pluie.
Fireflies. Mostly 3, often 2. Occasionally 1, rarely 4. Wait a minute. I'm starting to perform these, that's stupid. Fireflies. Mostly 3, often 2, occasionally 1. rarely 4. It's supposed to be the fireflies. That's, if you look out into the night, you see these different patterns of the... What is the word for firefly? Oh, okay, sorry. Luciole?
Luciole.
Mostly 3, often 2. Occasionally 1. Rarely 4.
Alors, quand on regarde la nuit, on voit des lucioles. Lucioles, surtout 3, souvent 2, occasionnellement 1, rarement 4.
The idea is, what is that?
L'idée?
That somehow the words can actually bring the thing into existence. I know this is frowned upon in linguistics, theory in linguistics, but nonetheless, it does seem to me, at least at times, if you're working with language, you can say something. So that is something I'm interested to try to do. So in this case, possibly you could say the occasion in which these different lights appear in the night environment. Whether that happens for anybody else looking at the page is beyond me. So sorry to have gone on so long. Yes.
Alors l'idée étant que la linguistique n'est pas d'accord, mais en tout cas c'est l'idée de Robert Grenier, c'est que les mots peuvent parfois faire exister la chose, et en l'occurrence, dans celui-là, les lucioles, c'est de faire apparaître des lumières dans la nuit, dans un environnement, de faire apparaître un environnement.
This one is, then it becomes a visual object too. So it says dream as the first line, and then it's why, belly, and that's already French. Dream and belly.
Neither.
It's not French. What is it?
French.
You don't think why is French?
No.
What is why?
Why is a letter?
Dream why belly. Dreamy belly.
Dream your belly. Bon bidon.
That's better in French. How does it go? Bon bidon?
Bon bidon.
Lilacs against it. Lilacs against it. Whatever it is. Lilacs against it.
Lilas contre ça.
Contre ça. There's more of the sound of the... What's the other thing beside the vowel?
Consonant.
Consonant. More of the consonant.
Plus de consonne.
Lilacs against it. What
Well,
does it
that's-
say? Lilacs contra
This one, no consonant. The first one, there are no
Oh,
consonant.
there aren't any consonants. We left it out. Lilacs against it. Lilas?
Lilas.
Lila.
Lila? Contra sa. But you get the consonant in the second line in French. Okay. My mother is dead, and you are alive. Oh, a big deal about how it occupies the same space. So the first line is the same number, same space as the second line, letters and spaces. In this translation, you accomplish that. Therefore, it is a good translation. You see this? The same, it ends on the same place. C'est merveilleux.
Donc voilà, en anglais et en français, à la fois dans l'original et dans la traduction, les deux lignes qui composent ce poème ont le même nombre de lettres. Ma mère morte, et toi tu vis.
Oh my God, you do it again. Isn't it absurd to think that a translation is successful if it accomplishes the same form in space as the original. No one would take that as a model of translation. Can you say that?
Donc on se demande, est-ce qu'un signe d'une bonne traduction, c'est qu'elle occupe le même espace?
This one is really good. This one is 12 days of blue sky. Okay, 12 days of blue sky. The mind begins to think in terms of letters, and the letters exist in space, and they move into a position in space and occupy that space. If the one line occupies the same space as the line following, then you've done something. Why would that be of interest? 12 days of blue sky.
13 jours de ciel bleu. Je répète, 13 jours de ciel bleu. Il faut savoir compter, mais qu'est-ce qu'on compte, les jours ou les lettres?
You cannot take credit for that. Say an accident. I mean,
No,
is that a word in French?
It's
Accident?
not an accident.
Is
It's an
accident?
act of love.
Is accident a French word?
It is. Accident.
Ne pas accident?
It's not an accident.
All right then. Didn't we turn off the television?
Est-ce qu'on n'a pas éteint la télévision?
I don't know. I hope we did. Oh, this is a good one in French. Counting. Counting what? I spend a lot of time counting. I go from here to there, how many steps, you know, how many something or other, and I'm preoccupied with that.
Alors Robert passe beaucoup de temps à compter, c'est quelque chose qui le préoccupe beaucoup, compter les pas pour aller d'ici à là. Donc compter aussi les lettres et compose.
Counting, counting what?
Comptant quoi?
The quoi seems to actually get to the heart of the matter. If it's sunny, I'm a dummy.
S'il fait beau, je suis un idiot.
Moon, it's shining again. Moon, it's shining again.
Lune, elle brille encore.
I like the LLE following the LLE. You see, in English you can't do that. Moon, it's shining again, but Lune, what does it say?
Elle brille encore.
Yeah, there's a couple of LLEs in there. Tomato, struck by hail.
Tomate, frappée par la grêle.
Ah, the basketball. I played basketball for a long time in my life. That's obvious, right?
Évidemment, Robert a beaucoup joué.
And so when I see the basketball, I say, ah, the basketball. Right now, there's a terrific, the finals of the NBA tournament are on. I can't watch them, but I watch the highlights. The next game is on Wednesday. The Golden State Warriors play a different kind of basketball. They shoot from afar, and they make it. They make the shot, and that changes the game. Instead of a bloody conflict under the basket, into a graceful pirouette. Is that French?
It is.
From afar. Ah, the basketball.
Alors, Robert Grenier, qui a beaucoup joué au basketball, quand il voit une balle de basket, il dit « Ah, le basketball. Et voilà, et en ce moment, il y a les finales de la NBA avec son équipe de basket préférée, qui s'appelle les Golden State Warriors.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Et Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah.
Donc, mais c'est les Golden State Warriors en effet.
Yes, they have
Donc,
won the first two games.
les Golden State Warriors qui ont gagné les 2 premiers matchs sont son équipe préférée parce qu'ils jouent de loin, ils transforment le basket d'une guerre sanglante sous le panier à
Ballet.
un ballet qui fait de pirouettes,
Et le basketball.
à distance.
Merci, Martin. Now, sit here a minute and we will attempt to look at a couple of other things. I'm not sure how you can help me with this. It would be an interesting kind of impromptu event. I should say, too, even though I don't know French, I studied French for 3 years. And it did not sink in, but something sank in. And when I was in high school, I had a tutorial with a French engineering student at the University of Minnesota, and he attempted to teach me French, so it goes. Because I have a French first name and a French last name, my parents felt that it was well that I learn French. Is that clear?
Voilà. C'est que Robert Grenier a essayé d'apprendre le français pendant quelques années, pas grand chose n'est passé, mais ses parents pensant que, l'ayant doté d'un nom et d'un prénom français, il valait bien qu'il essaye.
Too bad. It's too bad. Okay, so more recently, after these sort of typewriter-based works, the IBM Selectric typewriter, can you say that in French?
Donc ces poèmes étaient composés sur machine à écrire, en l'occurrence sur une Selectric d'IBM.
Yeah, I was stuck on the typewriter.
Il était coincé sur sa machine à écrire.
Typewriter, office instrument from the 1960s, 70s. It made a grand hum.
Ça faisait un boucan pas possible.
Turn it on, go, you strike the key, it go whack. Each letter would be that letter, where it was. And then the next letter would be positioned immediately next to it. Whap! Can you say that?
Not whap.
So that was intriguing, and then it became, what's the word? A burden, an obstacle.
C'est devenu un obstacle et un fardeau, la machine à écrire.
So it had to escape.
Il fut fuir.
From the typewriter. So later on you get this stuff, which is drawing poems with 4 different colored pens, and it's based upon counting. Counting what? Counting the number of letters. Counting the space in all around. Finding a balance for the elements within the available space. And so, if I had not been hung up on the typewriter, I would never have been able to advance to this mess. Mess? Is mess a word in French?
Mess.
So this one, they have a lot in common. Like if you see, this says fox with 4-letter more fox. Oh, this is a set of postcards that the Serpentine Gallery produced basically the last 2 weeks that we were able to distribute as part of the opening of Etel's show on the 1st of June, which was a nice thing, like candy to give away to people. Unfortunately now I have no more, we gave them away. So it goes. Thus, my edition, that's the word in French, édition, c'est gone.
L'édition a disparu. Les exemplaires donc de ces what Donc il est passé de ces
No
poèmes,
wonder, the same thing, almost.
de ces poèmes donc, typographiés, de ces poèmes à la
Creton.
machine à écrire, où il s'agissait de compter les lettres,
Creton abattoir.
Creton la médaille, où il est passé donc à des poèmes où il s'agit moins de compter les lettres que de compter l'espace.
Same.
Et voilà, à peu près pareil. Donc ces cartes postales ont été produites par la Serpentine Gallery à l'occasion de l'exposition d'Etel, mais tout a été distribué, il y en a plus.
Okay, so we'll proceed a bit further here. We improvise in our translation. So this is the sound of a fox back in California, where I used to live in Bolinas, north of San Francisco. There were many foxes that lived in the environment. It was their own.
Donc Robert qui habitait en Californie voyait souvent des renards près de chez lui à Bolinas. Et voilà, il y a un poème sur le renard.
This is the sound of the fox.
C'est le bruit du renard.
Fox! Well, if you've ever heard fox, bark! I can't do it. Gruff. Gruff bark. What is
C'est un
gruff
espèce
bark?
d'aboiement assez rêche.
It's the name of the fox.
C'est le nom du... Voilà. En gros, en anglais, le renard fait le bruit de son nom qui est fox.
Fox!
Ce qui n'est pas le cas.
With cutter, with 4 more fox. Fox! With 4 more fox! No, too loud. Fox! I'm interested in what we were not supposed to do in poetry when I was growing up. Onomatopoeia. Oh! That's a Greek word. I bet it's a French word too.
Onomatopée. Voilà. Robert s'intéresse à ce qui était mal vu à l'époque de sa jeunesse en poésie, qui était l'onomatopée.
I want the name to be the same as the thing.
Il veut que le nom soit la même chose que la chose,
This is nonsense.
ce qui est insensé.
Another example.
Voilà un nouvel exemple, qui est cicada, qui est en français la cigale.
It's just rewriting the word cicada, cicada 4 times. It creates an environment in which these bugs might exist.
Voilà, les 4 cicadas les 4 cigales créent un environnement dans lequel les cigales existent.
But they already exist in their own environment, so
Ils
why
existent
bother?
déjà dans leur propre environnement, alors pourquoi se donner cette peine?
What's the point?
À quoi bon? What's the point? Hein?
So, in Greek, I looked this up.
Il a cherché en grec
2 different pronunciations in my American Heritage Dictionary.
en américain, il y a 2 prononciations. En français, il y en a
1, cicada. 2, cicada. So, cicada, 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 cicada. Cicada, cicada, cicada. Do you know, does anyone have ever heard the cicada? 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 Oh, that's
Qui
the
n'a pas
trouble.
entendu de cigale?
This is the trouble, it's so commonplace. There's nothing new.
C'est trop commun, il n'y a plus rien de nouveau.
Can the poem create an environment in which the letters in the words combine in their arrangement to make possible the hearing and seeing of these cicadas anew for the first time?
Est-ce que le poème parvient, par son arrangement de mots et de sons, à recréer un environnement dans lequel on perçoit la cigale pour la première fois nouvelle?
Or am I only copying nature, as William Carlos Williams said that one should avoid doing, because this is plagiarism.
Ou est-ce que Robert se contente de copier la nature, comme le disait William Carlos Williams, comme une forme de plagiat?
The reference would be the text of William Carlos Williams' original book called Spring and All, published in 1923, in which he explains all this.
C'est ce qu'explique William Carlos Williams dans son livre Spring and All, qui a une traduction en français, je crois, sous le titre Le printemps et le reste. Aux éditions, c'était quoi? C'était une, je crois. Valérie Rousseau, je crois, avait fait ça pour les éditions une, mais je ne prononcerai pas sur la traduction.
Here's another abominable, is that a French word?
Yes.
Attempt to render the fact of things. This text, it says, I'll read it aloud. The problem with reading it aloud is that I simplify it and I actually translate it into spoken language, whereas by this point it's silent and drawn.
Alors le problème, c'est qu'il va essayer de lire cette abomination, mais le problème, c'est qu'en le lisant, il opère déjà une première traduction d'un texte qui est vraiment silencieux et dessiné.
It says rain, raining, rain, raining, rain, rain.
Puis, il pleut, pluie.
You don't give it time to rain. You don't allow it to rain. You assume that it rains. You take it for granted that it
I
rains.
take it for granted that you said it.
I would like the word to accomplish the raining of the rain.
Il faudrait que le mot accomplisse la pluie de la pluie.
An absurd undertaking, and yet a noble one.
L'entreprise est absurde elle-même.
Oh, let's see. We were going to project some images, but it's better just to hold them up. So this one says, ocean roar over there. Ocean roar over there. Là-bas.
L'océan gronde là-bas.
I did it.
L'idée est là-bas.
This also is from Lorinus. So you hear the ocean here, and then you hear it over here, diminished or magnified at a different distance. So you hear the sound of the ocean from some little distance. This is also possible at the seashore if the waves are breaking over there somewhere. I wanted to, it sounds so foolish when I describe what I want to do. That's good because the artist's intent, or the writer's intent, has no business interfering with the text, in my opinion. So the fact that I think it's profound or foolish to do this has no bearing upon it. Therefore, I should not be reciting any of this. If you could write that sound, it would be of some interest, perhaps. Maybe it rhymes. Ocean roar over there. You can hear a little bit of the ocean roar. But again, the ocean is already doing whatever it's doing its thing. So it's becoming drawing, and that's of interest to me. I started out being a poet, and now writing poems about my life. And then now we just have this crude image of the new moon, see? What is the nouvelle?
De la nouvelle lune. Il est passé de poète qui écrivait sur sa vie à artiste qui dessine donc une image assez grossière d'une nouvelle lune.
Yeah. So if you can get the new moon to come into the lettering, and it looks like they're drawn just like the individual letters are drawn, why then there's an intimacy between the thing itself and the mark we have, the mark we're working with.
Alors, si on arrive à faire rentrer le dessin de la lune dans l'écriture des lettres, on crée une intimité entre soi et l'image et la marque qu'on est en train de laisser.
So I would go stop with this. This is the current notebook, and the notebooks look like this. And you scan the notebook, and you get this. This is somewhat miniaturized, and there are other versions which are the same size.
Ce sont des scans miniatures donc, du carnet original qui est là.
I want to find one just to stop with something. Oh, here's one and what it looks like more or less. And so you have to figure out what the letter is, which is people, some people don't try, others become angry.
Il y a des gens qui voient ça, qui essayent de deviner ce qui est écrit, d'autres donc sont perplexes, et il y en a encore d'autres qui se fâchent, qui sont pas contents. Angry.
Yes, angry. When they become angry, I retreat.
Quand ils se fâchent, Bob se retire.
So, I'll simplify this for you. And again, what I'm doing now destroys the work. But soon I will be gone and there will be no problem about my interference.
Alors quand il donne des approximations de ce qui est dessiné, il détruit l'œuvre, mais vu le temps qui lui reste, une fois qu'il ne sera plus, il n'y aura plus d'interférence de l'auteur avec l'œuvre.
Someone can go to a library, like the Stanford University Library or Columbia University Library or the Yale University Library, look at these notebooks. That's my hope. They go away from me, and there they are.
Les carnets eux-mêmes ont été donnés ou seront donnés ou vont être donnés aux bibliothèques des universités de Stanford, de Columbia et de
Yale. Yeah. So, but since I'm here now, I will deface the work in effect by reading it. So that's an R, this is an H, this is an upside down R, which is a U, R-H-U, and then it becomes B-A-R-B, rhubarb. Rhubarb. And at that point people take a coffee break. After that it says rhubarb, O-N-C-E, rhubarb once, and that says B-E-G-I-N, rhubarb once begun. So it goes 3 letters, 4 letters, 4 letters, 5 letters. It's really getting started. It is going forward. 3, 4, 4, 5. And then on the other side it says P-R-O-S, P-E-R-S. Rhubarb once begun prospers. If you've noticed this, once you get the rhubarb established, the plant, it's in the ground, it continues of itself, it prospers of itself and in itself.
La rhubarbe, une fois plantée, prospère.
So that's a intransitive verb. The rhubarb prospers in itself. But then, in this form, which is like 4 different lines of 4 different colors and however many letters, there was more room. So, I had not finished the poem, although I set out to write. I looked at the plant. The way they come up in the springtime is amazing. They come out of the ground with these shoots, big bulb and boing. And it's a pretty strange plant. I looked it up. It means something about the place where it grows wild in Central Asia. And then barb is short for barbaros in Greek, or barbarian, basically. So it's a strange plant. Rhubarb, once begun, prospers. And then I wrote S-O-M-E, someone. Rhubarb once begun, prospers someone.
Donc la rhubarbe, une fois plantée, prospère quelqu'un. Donc il transforme le verbe prospère d'un intransitif à un verbe transitif. Prospère quelqu'un.
Yeah, it becomes a transitive verb, and whoever comes along gets to eat it.
Et qui arrive pour le manger.
And but I also was thinking of the first time through rhubarb, once begun, prospers. You know, I thought, someone must have planted it.
Quelqu'un a dû la planter.
Someone, and I don't know who. And where we live now, we have rhubarb, it comes up, and I think, how did it get there? But then once it was put in the ground, it comes of itself, it prospers itself. But then, as a transitive verb, it prospers, well, us, but then beyond us, it prospers whoever comes along. Rhubarb is something. It's a strange plant. It's a gift to the person who comes upon it. And it's okay. It's exciting in the springtime where we live in Vermont, where the plants come out of the ground.
C'est excitant au Vermont que les plantes sortent de la terre.
So it's, anyway. I think we should stop, Martin. Merci. That's thanks.